Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, Krubarb. Actually, let's take a look at the map here for everybody. You are hanging out in
Dead End Sausage, at least Westerton.
Berkshire,
Berkshire.
as the proper name goes. And all of your friends, Morton Bixby, Chet, Jill, Rylene, Alejandro, etc., etc., etc. I'm blanking on Pat's name right now. They're off doing something else. They left you
Joe.
and they left your
Leo.
wagon.
Leo's the dwarf.
Yeah, they left you and the wagon all by yourself. This isn't the first time they've completely abandoned you to hang out on your own
For
and
weeks at a time.
just completely forgot about your existence. And here you are. You find yourself often eating at Shenanigans, just like eating table scraps. You walk around. Ooh, what is that? Burnside. Burnside bourbon. I've been drinking Jupiler. Jupiler.
Some fruity European beer. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, you betcha. So you're hanging out in Shenanigans. People often just completely ignore you or don't notice you. You find yourself easily taking table scraps or whatever
It's
Borscht
okay.
Thunderbells throws out.
Krubarb is used to it.
Um, yeah. So what are you doing here in Shenanigans today?
I don't know. When the masters are out of town, do I usually take the cart with me or do I leave it?
That's up to you. You can do anything. You're Krubarb.
Yeah. So I don't know who I just robbed, but I got a pocket full of gold coins and I'm a little nervous about. And my brand new shiny thieves kit that, that Desmond just got me, and I'm probably like playing with it under the table. I'm pretty much naked. I think I'm wearing like some like pants from the waist down, right?
It's the cutoffs.
Cutoffs, little cutoff short, like they end just below the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little ways below the knee. Am I barefoot? I think I'm barefoot.
Probably.
Goblin foot. Where's my...
So, does Krubarb have any ambitions of his own, or should I throw something his way?
I'm thinking about it. I'm getting into character. I'm like sipping on my bourbon and slowly decreasing my intelligence to 6 and my willpower to 3.
Your willpower isn't already 3?
I don't know. That's a tough stat to gauge. Maybe my willpower is low. IRL.
Oh, I thought you meant Krubarb was sipping on things and.
No, I don't think Krubarb was drinking.
Okay.
But I don't think he's going to hang out in Shenanigans. He's going to step outside. It's probably been a couple of days since he's seen any of his friends. He's been sleeping in a gutter. Over it. So I'm going to step outside of Shenanigans into the streets. Is it day, night?
It can be whatever time you'd like it to be, Krubarb. The world is your oyster.
Krubarb and dragons. See, I took that lucky trait for you, chat. Only he said I didn't have to take any proficiencies slots. Krubarb just naturally lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Krubarb likes the darkness. I got to get into Krubarb's mentality. So I think the sun is just setting. I've been hiding indoors away from the heat and the light. I don't buy drinks. I just sort of hide in the corner of Shenanigans unnoticed.
Waiting to pluck drinks from those that leave them.
If I'm thirsty. All right, but I'll step outside into the street at twilight.
Okay, you step out into the street. The sun is going down. Shenanigans is starting to get a little bit busy. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna leave shenanigans in the crowd and check out a different bar in town.
A different bar in town? Krubarb, you betrayer!
Is that crazy?
Yeah,
So
no, it's fine. So you
I
go
leave
picking
the
through.
wagon parked outside and I slink across town to
Okay.
perhaps the rival of shenanigans.
Sure,
I don't know.
you
One,
start picking your
have I
way
ever been?
through.
Have I been to another bar in town before, or is this the first time I've been disobedient and snuck off
I
without
think you've snuck
permission?
off to a lot of bars and a lot of places. You've gotten to your fair share of mischief. So Krubarb takes his time picking through the streets. You step over a couple of drunks who have passed out cold in the alleyways, and you come to Nagashai's. It is the bar half the way down this, like 4 blocks over from Shenanigans,
Hmm. Deeper into town, or
deeper into
to,
town.
mhm. All right, I like slink in the door after someone is walking in or out, and just like so I don't even have to touch the door. I just like
Hmm.
slip on in.
You come up to
Probably
most people's
unnoticed.
waist here, maybe a little bit higher than their waist.
I'm
There are no,
80 centimeters, so I think I'm just under 3 feet tall.
yeah.
So if they're shortish, yeah, come up to their waist.
Hmm.
So if there's a crowd, I can just like slip in between. I'm size small,
Hmm.
right?
You can move
So
through large people squares or medium people squares.
yeah,
So it's
and
not a
I'm
problem to slip through
probably
here. Hmm?
yeah, and I probably am almost. Let's say that I'm generally moving silently. Do I have to? Does that cause me to move at half movement speed?
Hmm. That would cause you to move at movement speed 3. I think it's
Great.
probably like silent creeping and then like scutter, scutter, scutter. Silent, silent, silent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I generally stay unnoticed. And I slink into. You said I can't even. Krubarb cannot pronounce name.
Nagashai's.
Nagy eyes. So I slip into Nagy eyes and like take a seat on. Is there a second story leading up to the rooms or something?
There is it's just a common room here. There's no, the second story is where they prep all the food in the kitchen and then they bring it down to you. There's a crank outside in front that comes from like what used to be a hayloft because this used to be a barn where they haul up the goods and they make it upstairs and they bring it downstairs to the people. Um,
Okay.
the steps are kind of winding and steep. It's like a spiral staircase, like a kind of a crappy spiral staircase that has a rope hanging from it that you need to get up to the kitchen upstairs.
Yeah, I think I'll slink back like against the wall in the crook of the staircase, and sort of disappear into the shadows there.
Okay.
And eye the room. Is it a busy night here in Nagy Eyes?
Yes, it is a busy night. There's all sorts of people in and about, but it looks like they're mostly farmers. Where Shenanigans is where all the mercenaries and all the cutthroats and type hang out. Nagashai's is where the common folk come to go. Where they
And
come
this
to
is
drink.
this is where Krubarb comes to get his dinner.
Hmm.
So at some point when like whenever like a big plate is going out down the whatever the elevator is from the kitchen.
That's not. It's a staircase.
Like a staircase. So they walk it down main.
They have to walk down this like winding staircase that with really narrow steps. So it's kind of a treacherous
So
area.
I'm gonna wait until like some farmer who's like celebrating something orders like a steak, and when it comes down for delivery, I'm just gonna slip it off the plate, like between the rails of the staircase. So maybe I need to scamper up the staircase a little bit and snatch it off, and then I'm gonna make.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a pickpockets check to
Yeah.
slip
Oh
this
yeah,
off.
yeah, absolutely. So is it pickpocket? So I can get in position and just like go for the
Yeah,
pickpocket.
you take it takes a few minutes to like find the optimal position, but you move over like a little
Are you
box
gonna
or
roll
like a
that
little
in
footstool.
secret, or are we gonna roll that in?
Roll it publicly.
Okay. My chance is 35 when I'm unarmored. Oh god, yeah, but he's level 1, right? He's level 1. But if there's any higher level characters in the room, oh no, it's ×3. That's a notice, right?
No, because 100 would be 100, 99, 98 would be a notice. 97
Okay.
would you have to be level 2.
So if there's any level 2 characters in the room, they notice me slipping. They're trying to snatch the steak and missing it.
Luckily, this isn't shenanigans. Otherwise, it would be filled with level 2 characters. But here, they're all level 0. So you try and grab this steak. You utterly miss. You topple off your box, splat on your face for a moment. The steak goes wandering by, and you are left, sadly, without any food.
I slink out of Nagish eyes and go to an establishment that I know to have fatter pouches.
Well, shenanigans is the fattest pouch around. Let's be honest.
So I slink back to shenanigans a little dejected.
You head back in.
Steak dinner before I don't know, get about my night.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to wake up. That was supposed to be my breakfast. I've been lounging around shenanigans all day, hating the sunlight.
It's the worst.
Krubarb is night owl.
Fuck is my tavern noise? Ah, there it is. There it is. Cool. So you make your way back to shenanigans. On your way back to shenanigans, you notice something else fluttering about in the alleyway in front of you. It looks like the biggest rat you have ever
Hiding
seen.
shadows.
What's your hide and shadows percentage?
Oh, character sheet. 35 while I'm unarmored.
You are hiding in shadows. You see this large rat. It must be about this big. It must be 40 centimeters long, without the tail. The tail is another 30 centimeters after that. It's definitely the biggest rat ever, and it is going along the alley. Comes over this bag.
I draw my cobalt dagger.
Okay.
Silently.
It heads over to a bag of refuse, a big paper bag of refuse, and starts no, there's no paper bags in this day and age. It's ridiculous. Paper is 1 gold, 2 gold per sheet.
They don't bag their trash.
No, it's just
buckets.
a pile of garbage that's just been dumped in the alleyway, and the rat starts going up to it and sniffing and eating that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. My move silently is 40%. So if when it's facing away from me in the trash, or I'll slink around it to get from its backside.
Okay. The rat is
How big is this rat?
about 40 centimeters long without its tail. It's big. It's a big rat.
Yeah.
This pile of refuse is from shenanigans. You are right adjacent to it.
Yeah.
Damn it, I left my dice downstairs. I'm just gonna roll everything and roll 20 today, I guess. So the big rat is sniffing, and then it turns around, fritters about, and looks dead at you, and you and the rat are staring at each other for a moment. Roll for initiative.
Oh no. Oh no, Krubarb. RD10 plus 2. 5.
Okay. The rat goes second. What do you do, Krubarb?
How far away is it from me?
3 meters?
So it spotted me before I got the jump.
Yeah.
It's clearly noticed me.
Yeah. What do you do?
I had already rolled with my sword, so it's either I establish dominance. I lunge forward. I skitter forward a couple meters. 10.
Ooh, let me look at giant rats on the monstrous manual. I think that's probably a miss.
Yeah.
That is totally a miss.
So I wave my sword in its general direction and then proceed to withdraw if I can. I guess it's a full action, so I'm not gonna. But it's a rat, so I get an opportunity attacks if I flee, right? So I can use my move to back up afterwards, or no?
Yeah, you can use your move to back out.
Yeah, so I establish dominance and wave my sword at it, realize that I suck in combat, and skitter away.
The rat
So
goes up and darts to this little tiny, this little crack in the wall underneath Shenanigans. It really looks like someone just removed a brick, or like a brick had been knocked out. It looks like just one of those dark holes that you would never.
the rat fits inside of it.
I mean, you know, rats. They're surprisingly squishy. The rat is way too big to fit inside of it, but it like squishes down and slicks inside, and disappears into the darkness.
Initiative?
Yes.
Nine.
Okay. You hear from down below the squeaking. Lots of squeaking. Too much squeaking. And then out from the hole come 3 smaller rats. Normal-sized rats. And they come out of the hole towards you. I'm going to say you get an attack of opportunity on the first one.
How would I get an attack opportunity to rats?
Because you are close enough to the hole. Yeah, the first one just scurries past you. So you can take it if you'd like.
Yeah, I flail wildly with my kobold dagger and miss everything.
You completely miss. The rat attacks you. What is your armor class, Krubarb?
11. Actually, I'm 1.
The rat comes at you, but you bat its face away with your little kobold dagger as a second rat comes at you.
I don't get an attack opportunity against that one, do I?
No, because this one comes right to make an actual normal attack. It doesn't try and run past you first. The rat bites you. I'm looking up rat damage. It bites you for 1 point of damage.
Alright. I squeal and withdraw into Shenanigans.
No, hold on. No. The third rat comes out. There's 3 of them. It crits you.
Krubarb goes down.
Krubarb falls unconscious. The rats do not eat Krubarb, though.
I thought Krubarb was lucky.
Krubarb is lucky, because at that moment...
Krubarb's at 0.
Borscht Thunderbowls. Actually, give me a saving throw versus death.
Oh, goodness.
Rats are size tiny, so...
16.
That's
that
a
may not
pass.
even be a pass.
No, that's a pass.
Okay, yeah, it's 13 for level 1 rogue. I go down squealing.
The last sight you see, aside from this rat gnawing at your face, is the door to the Shenanigans kitchen being thrown open, and Borscht Thunderbowls, the orc, stepping out.
I haven't met Borscht yet, but Krubarb hasn't either.
Krubarb probably has met Borscht, I think.
Okay.
And as you fall faint, Borscht looms over you, and the rats scurry away. You wake up.
I'm at 0 HP.
Yeah. You wake up some hours later. The sun is still down. You are tossed in a pile of hay next to the wagon where the horses are. You notice that there is this.
Rats in true dicing with death fashion.
You notice that there is. What do you call it? Bandages have been crudely wrapped around your torso, where the first rat, or the rat that critted you, bit through your tender kobold flesh, and it stinks. It doesn't stink like normal stink. It stinks like it's been cleaned with alcohol, and then some like potpourri or something was shoved in there.
Was it Morton? Does it smell like Morton?
No, Morton's gone.
Where's Morton? What could he be up to?
But a successful healing check has healed you the 2 points of damage from the crit. So I'm actually blanking on the characters' names and Shenanigans because I didn't bring my little book with me.
Someone has a healing proficiency other than...
What's Desmond's wife's name?
Oh, I don't know either. We should start a wiki or something for Shenanigans.
We really should.
It was in one of the emails or something you sent about setting.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that Morton would remember. But I'm playing Krubarb, not Morton, so I'm not going to Google that shit. I don't think anyone would know but us, actually. I think it was like, I think you mentioned it in some, maybe on the Reddit somewhere. You mentioned it. I remember reading it,
Maybe.
but totally missing it. And his daughter, too.
Yeah, it's not his daughter. This was actually. God, it's not a hard name. It's actually. This is gonna drive
Doesn't
me
matter.
crazy.
Krubarb, no.
Krubarb
Krubarb
doesn't know, but she's got a healing proficiency.
It's good to know.
Yeah, so you wake up, bandaged, left in the hayloft, not really sure what's going on, but feeling a little bit better. It's a good
So I would
thing
wake
that
up
you
and
have 11 AC, otherwise that rat would have double crit you.
Thank goodness I skipped out on that short bow proficiency.
Yeah.
Do I wake up a minute later after getting
It's
healed?
Lila. No, Lila's the child's name. Fuck. I don't know her name.
I feel like I've heard Lila. Maybe, but
Lila's the daughter's name.
okay. Well, Krubarb, wake up. Rats. Do I still have my kobold dagger?
No, it's gone.
I scurry out into the street.
Which the alleyway that you were in before?
Yeah. If am I near there? Like I'm
Yeah.
in the box.
You're just in the front of Shenanigans now instead of on the alleyway. You
Yeah.
see your dagger has been tossed in the refuse pile with everything else.
I scurry over to the refuse pile.
Give me a perception check.
Krubarb has decent perception.
So,
Doesn't matter.
as you scurry into the refuse pile, you pick up your shiny dagger, and out from behind the pile comes the big, giant rat again. It goes at you, and rolls to hit you.
Can I wait? Hold on. I need to give me a surprise. Or
I was gonna have your perception check be your surprise, but I'll roll a surprise check
Okay.
for you also. That makes more sense. Let me give you a surprise check. No, you passed your surprise check. Give me an initiative roll.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Do I have the weapon in my hand yet, or am I dying?
Yes,
Actually,
you
I'm
have just picked it up.
7. You're actually rolling. You're not even doing GM rolls. You're doing the.
Most of my rolls are GM rolls.
Okay.
Some of them aren't.
All right. All right. So I go first.
Yes, you do.
No. So I pick up my kobold dagger, slash at the rat as I draw the blade, and take a few steps back if I can.
Okay. The Rat King thingy comes at you again.
11 AC.
I don't think it gets a +2 to hit. It misses. Yeah, +0 to hit. It leaps at you, lands beside you as you dart out of the way, but you land in the refuse pile as you dodge the rat. Give me initiative.
I should have taken a short sword finesse or something. Rat or a kobold cleaver expertise. 11.
You go first.
Seriously?
Seriously.
My main objective will be to get inside Shenanigans. I'll make a drive-by slashing on this creature if I can on the way there.
Sure.
But I've.
Your sword scrapes along the ground as you run into Shenanigans. The door to the kitchen's closed, so you have to run all the way around the front to do so.
Can I do that this round?
Yeah, you can do it this round.
Attack?
Nice. The large rat has scared you off. But the greatest part about this is even if you were a human, you still would have lost to these rats. Like, being a kobold has done nothing for you at this point in time. It's fantastic. You scurry back into Shenanigans and slam the door behind you.
I don't really slam doors so much as struggle to open them and slip past them.
All right, so you
my max press is 55 pounds.
You slip into the door and lean heavily against it in exhaustion.
Yeah.
One of the patrons comes by and kind of gives you a little bit of a kick to get out of his way as he opens the door.
I scurry in and attempt to hide in shadows underneath the nearest table.
Okay.
My
Give me a hide and shadows check. I know that's normally something the DM rolls, but this is fine.
51, so I fail.
Okay. You
So I
slip
just
under the
scurry.
table. You're not hiding in shadows, but you're still under a table.
Okay.
Let me make a quick perception check.
Is there anyone at this table?
Yes. All right. Looking around on this table, you notice that there is a priestess here with a short skirt, and next to her is a fellow priest with long pants. The priestess has her ankles crossed and is like leaning forward. You can overhear their conversation, and she's talking about
Krubarb.
how the Mother Martha
Hide.
would, the Mother Martha disdains upon those who lust after the flesh, but it is still, in this hot weather, it's unreasonable that the Mother Martha would never ask someone to wear such restrictive, heavy clothing in such hot weather, and the priest is arguing, no, 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 we must endure the heat and the sweat, despite the blah blah. You lose track of the conversation very quickly.
Yeah.
You stop caring. But it's been very uncomfortably hot around here lately. You're not sure why. That's as far as the conversation
I
goes.
try to hide harder, but I can't. Like, I don't normally wouldn't know that I failed, right? So I think
Yeah.
that I'm.
You think you're.
So
Yeah. So what are you doing from underneath this table?
the what tone are the legs of this priestess? Right? Is she pale, tanned? Are they shimmering in the light, hurting my cobalt eyes?
They they seem to be the same color all the way up. Whether that color is tan or pale, it's hard to tell because you kind of need like a contrast for that. But they are
My eyes are still struggling to adjust.
they're either all tanned all the way up or they are all untanned all the way up.
Oh, looks like we got a Chucky in just in time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attempt to pick pockets on her waist.
Okay.
My pickpockets check is 35 while unarmored. Do I see anything on her waist, on her belt?
Yes. There are 3 pouches on one side and 1 pouch on the other side.
That's a lot of pouches. Krubarb only has 1 pouch. Maybe 2 pouches. Pouch and pouch. Is that 1 or 2? Yeah, I'm gonna try to I'll untie the single pouch on the one side.
Okay, give me a
So
pickpockets
offer-
check.
RD100. 34. That might actually be
Ooh,
pass.
that's a pass. You said 35, right?
35 while I'm unarmored, so I
Alright.
untie the pouch. Where my arms are like maybe like 15 centimeters long.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound accurate? Yeah, something like that. Maybe a little longer. Oh no. It's gonna be about half. It'll be about half. So it'll probably be more like 30 or 40, right? It'll be about half my height. I don't know how Krubarb is built, but still, I'm like up against her chair.
Yeah, you've got like
Arm
sneak between
sinks around.
the table leg and the chair and like whoop, whoop.
Mhm.
But you
How
grab the
short is her
pouch.
skirt, actually,
What?
how short is her skirt?
Like 3/4 of the way down her thigh.
Okay, so her knees are visible, but not much more.
No, because her ankles are crossed. It's as I said, it's very hot. So yes, you can see up her skirt if you try, or even if you just look in that general direction. You have
I
a
think-
60-foot infravision, so
I see through her skirt. Okay, and I slip the pouch
Mhm.
and scurry back towards the center of the table,
all right.
or the center of the table.
In the table,
And
you
attempt to move silently away as I like crawl away. Move silently is 40.
Okay,
Um,
underneath the table, you look at the
yeah,
pouch.
I think even underneath her own table, I empty out the pouch and see what's inside.
The coins clatter to the ground softly.
Move silently, 40%.
It's a loud, there's shit going on. You may be dumping them out, but you're only dumping them out from a few inches off the ground, a few centimeters off the ground. And you notice that this is a series of golden coins. There's like 4 gold coins, and then there's a very large platinum coin that's about this big. It's way too big. And you notice
Krubarb is
across it,
curious. I hold it up to the darkness to get a better look.
one side of it is just flat platinum with some inscriptions that you can't read. You have fucking no idea what language this is. The other side, there is a dragon kind of circling halfway around, and the dragon is actually either painted red or some sort of different red metal that has been infused into the platinum.
It's platinum?
Hmm.
How big is it?
It's like
Bigger than the gold coin?
yes, I would say the diameter is 175% that of the gold coin. It's quite large. It's the difference between a small and a large pizza.
All right. I shovel all these coins into my own coin pouch.
Hmm.
How many did you say it was?
There are 8 gold coins and this giant, strange platinum coin.
I feel like this showed up on an episode of Shenanigans that I wasn't there for, but I think I caught the VOD for.
No, different things there.
Okay.
This is definitely a unique
So
storyline.
I shove the coins into my pouch, the gold and the large platinum, and then I attempt to tie the pouch back on the priestess's waist.
Give me another pickpockets check.
I set it on her chair
Okay.
and scurry back between her legs and out from under the table and cross the box.
Well, as you're about to scurry out from underneath the table, you notice a pair of legs, big booted legs that have like a hobnail on the end of it, stalking towards the table, and it kind of blocks your escape.
I go back under the table and hug is there like a single? Whoa!
No, this is a four-legged table.
I slammed my door shut. A four-legged table.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go underneath the center.
The hobnailed figure leans in close to the priestess and whispers to her. You're under.
Detect noise.
You don't even need to detect noise because he's whispering downward towards her, and the voice just kind of echoes underneath the table.
Okay. Well, for the record, my detect noise is 20, but that's actually something that I need to declare.
Yeah, and that's also like a long duration of checking and listening. It's not just, do you hear something? If anything, it would be a perception check. So you hear him say, "Mistress, it is time. It awakens. Come." And he turns and walks out.
Mistress. Does the rest of the table get up to follow?
No, are you paying attention to what they're saying?
As much as Drunk Ryan is paying attention to
Cool.
what you're DMing.
Awesome. You hear the woman say, "Excuse me, father. It seems my friend's wife has fallen ill, and I must visit." And the man says, Of course, of course. May the mother bless you in all your ways." And the woman gets up and exits the bar. The hobnailed man has already left.
I will move silently and hide in shadows as possible, although she's faster than I am, so I'm probably...
She's quite a bit faster.
Yeah, scurrying after as quietly and as stealthily as I can.
Okay. So you scurry after her. She's outside, and you notice that
Did she bring her pouch with her off the chair?
she didn't even notice it. As she got up, it fell to the side. And
I'll go back and snatch it as I leave.
Add extra belt pouch to your character sheet.
Yes, indeed. That could weigh me down enough to...
Give me an intelligence check, Krubarb.
Krubarb is not an educated man.
He is not.
RD20 plus 6 for 19. Almost.
All
Almost. He almost had a thought.
there's something strange. Something strikes you as a little unusual, but you're not sure what it is, and you quickly forget it and move on. The woman walks southward towards the edge of town, and
I scrambled to keep up.
okay.
And, like, yeah, I'm moving at like half her movement rate, unless she's going cautiously or something.
Let's see. What was yeah. So you follow behind her, and she heads out towards this very kind of old abandoned temple on the outside of town. It's mostly fallen down. One of the walls has toppled in. Three-quarters of the walls are still standing. The roof is kind of sort of there. The stained glass is mostly broken. It's very decrepit. It's clearly not in any use anymore. But she approaches it and opens the like door that's kind of leaning on one hinge. Just kind of opens it enough to slip inside the back room from the outside. And you're left outside staring at this large, small destroyed church.
Yeah, are there any of the windows broken out?
Most of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb up the wall and in through one of the windows.
Cool. What is your climb walls check?
Why don't we roll?
I'm going to give you a 20% bonus because the walls are very loose and old, and the mortar is gone in most places.
Yeah,
good
so I'm
handholds.
65 while unarmored. Plus, you said 20, so 85, 36. So I
Not a
scamper up the wall and peer in through the window.
You see the woman standing there. There's a man in dark robes with the hood well over his face, his arms crossed within the sleeves. You cannot make out any skin or racial feature whatsoever. And the man kind of has a hissing, rasping tone to his voice. And he says, "The hour has come. Deliver it to us, and he shall be released." The woman says, "Yes, excellent, my lord." Reaches. Goes, I didn't realize it was quite time. I did not bring the amulet with me. I will go back and find it. Do not worry.
Krubarb, still clinging to the window, peers at the amulet in the moonlight.
Uh,
Tries to get another look at it. Can you remind me what was on it? There's a dragon.
The other side had writing, and then one side had a dragon that was red metal or painted red or something. She says, "Worry not. No harm shall befall the amulet. Our plans will come to fruition."
Krubarb bites on it.
It feels pretty solid in your mouth. And the man in the robes goes, "It had better not, else
That was
your
pretty
mother's
soft.
life will be forfeit, and this world shall be destroyed." The woman scurries out through the door and runs off to shenanigans. Well, runs off back towards shenanigans.
I think I'm more intrigued by the snake man, so I stay clinging to the
Okay.
windowsill. I eventually put the big amulet coin back in my pouch and watch the man
Okay.
to see if he goes to or when he leaves.
He moves over towards a pile of rubble and kind of shifts a bookshelf that had been leaning against a wall upright and opens a trapdoor behind it and starts to scurry down. As he goes down, you notice a tail slips out of the back of his robes and then slips over the edge into the tunnel. The trapdoor does not come back down after him, so he leaves the door open as he disappears inside.
I wait about 10 seconds until the next round starts, and then scurry in through the window and go to inspect the trapdoor.
Okay, trapdoor is wide open.
Has Krubarb ever seen a creature with a tail before that's not like an animal? Like, I've encountered goblinoids and people.
No, definitely not.
Man.
This is definitely new. There is a ladder down here that goes underground. It's a
The
very
trapdoor's still open?
Still
Left
open.
in a jar.
it's still ajar. The ladder is kind of old. The wood looks pretty bad. It's tied with twine, but it held the strange man's weight easily enough.
So I am gonna hide in shadows as I move silently. So I'm gonna be moving at like movement rate. I'll be moving at movement rate 3 from shadow to shadow as I like scurry down this ladder.
What are your
Actually, can
respective
I
checks?
roll? Okay, so 40 for move silently, 35 for hide in shadows. I should just
Okay.
make those the same next level to make the math easier. I'm going to detect noise for the hell of it before I go down this ladder.
What is your
So
detect noise chance?
20%.
Okay. You hear. I rolled it for you. You hear it from down below, kind of a deep and heavy breathing. It's hard to make out what it is, but it's a very deep, heavy, shallow. No, deep, heavy, slow breathing. Like the breath lasts a lot longer than you would expect. It's almost as if someone is maybe meditating or something, like a. And then there's like
Does
a
it?
long pause, and
What?
then an inhale.
Can I
A
roll a
long
wisdom
pause.
check to see what feeling I feel?
Give me a wisdom check. Fear. But you always feel fear. But you are pretty terrified. This is a dark hole with a strange tailed man and a weird breathing coming from down inside of it in an
I'm
abandoned
going to, as
church
quietly
outside of
as I
town.
can, I'm going to shut the door as quietly as I can
Okay.
and look around for something to seal it up with, like a rope or
There's
something heavy to
some
push on top of it.
there's a lot of rubble. There's some large rocks
All
around.
right, so my strength is 6. My my max press is 55 pounds, so I can pick up a 55 pound. I can drag a 55-pound rock over here,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah, you can drag some very large rocks.
Yeah.
How are you just gonna like put
I don't
multiple
see any
55
rope,
pound
do I?
rocks? What?
I don't see any rope, do I?
No.
So I stack a few rocks on top of the trapdoor, and then
Okay.
get scared and run for my life.
Okay. As you start to scurry out the door, you see that same woman coming back towards you.
I'm gonna try and hide in shadows if I can. So do like opposed something checks to see who sees me
Give me
first.
your hide and shadows check.
It's whoops.
Just roll it.
Okay. 80, so I
Okay.
fail.
So you start to scurry out the door, and the woman stops in her tracks, kind of cocks her head to the side, and watches you scurry away
Out the door or up the wall?
out the door.
Okay. Did
Um,
I like run past her?
no, like she's walking towards you, so you scurry and like go to the side.
Oh, down the street.
Yeah, you're not even in the street. You're actually out in the woods type area.
Oh, it's that
This
far
is
into
this is
town.
out of town. Yeah.
Okay. Then I scamper up a tree as soon as I think I'm out of her sight. Like I run a little further
How
away.
far from the church do you stray?
Not far. Like I just want to get far enough away that the woman is not in sight range. So that there's enough trees. That
You see her go back to the door, open it, and say, "Thallus, did you see a kobold? Thallus? What the hell?" And then you hear the sound of shifting stone on stone and scraping noises, and then a.
Krubarb make mistake. Krubarb runs
Thallus?
for town.
Thallus, are you down there? And then kind of a.
I started to move. I start moving towards town. I don't know how brave Krubarb is. Krubarb more brave or more curious? So I'm walking away back towards town as
Okay.
I'm thinking whether I want to. And then I remember the big coin and I pull it out again and I take another look.
It's shiny. It's very shiny. The backside has this. It's just like a very generic dragon, kind of emblazoned in a semicircle across it.
Krubarb sort of chews on the coin and flips on it as he goes back down. Is it like? Does it? How? What's the diameter of it?
Like a silver dollar size. A little bit
Okay,
bigger than
so
it, like 20% larger than a silver
a
dollar.
couple centimeters. But
Yeah,
for
it's pretty
Krubarb, like he can hold it in two with his
Mhm.
hands and
Yeah, it's a big coin. It's the biggest coin you've ever seen.
sort of gnaw on it as he walks back to town.
Okay. You arrive back in town. It's quiet. It's nighttime. You still got these bandages around you. The potpourri in it smells funny.
Yeah, I like sit down. I put the coin back in my pouch and undo the bandage and brush off the potpourri.
Okay. All right. I should note that you do have a mining proficiency and you used to live underground. So, just as
True.
a heads up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the coast is clear, I'm gonna head back to that abandoned temple.
When do you think the coast is clear? What
I don't
criteria
know.
would you determine?
When does Krubarb think the coast is clear?
When does he ever? When does Krubarb think?
I think I remove the bandage, shake out the potpourri, and then head back to the abandoned church. So several minutes later,
Okay.
plus the walk.
Okay. You get back to the church. Okay. As you approach it, you can hear voices inside. They seem to be there's the hissing sound is very angry and louder than it was before.
I scurry up to the outside of the building, to like the wall of the church.
How dare you! That amulet was the most important artifact of our time. Without it, how will we bring destruction and chaos upon the land? For this, your sister shall meet a sinister end. The flames of passion shall inflame her. And the woman says, "No, no, no! I know it must be somewhere. There's, it, it, it has to. I must have just left it at home. Please, please, give me more time. Anything." And the voice says, "You have failed us once. The next time there will be your life that is forfeit. Go now, and if you can retrieve it in time, maybe I will spare her life." And the woman, you hear the door slam open to the churk.
I sort of peek around the corner of the building.
You see her take off up the slight grade towards Berkshire with all her speed and all the might that her little legs can carry her.
I follow after her. I jog after her if I have to,
Okay.
but I want to stay a couple hundred meters behind her. So I
Okay.
keep her in sight, but
All right. She actually goes right back up to Shenanigans and goes up to the kitchen door and pounds on it.
this is my alley, bitch.
Mhm.
I hide in shadows like you wouldn't believe.
Give it to me. Give me the hides.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, the hides. Oh,
you
the hides. So
you are hiding so hardcore.
Krubarb just becomes the dumpster.
Give me a perception check.
30. Holy
Nice.
shit, Krubarb.
You see that little brick that was missing before, where that rat came. You see two beady eyes staring out from that at you. They're red. The woman turns around, going, "Oh my god, it's the kobold!" And
And
storms
we'll roll
after
for
you.
initiative after break.
See you guys on the other side.